Hello, you are most welcome to our third lesson. I am teacher Mwak Hamza. Today we are going to have a look at brain development and the neuron connection. All along we have been hearing of the brain development and neuron connection. If I talk of the neurons, these are the wires. I remember when you see here, our grandparents would call it the wires. Once one of the wires off, of course you have some mental problems, or you'll be a bit disorganized the way you do your things. So we are looking at neurons and their connection in the brain. Now, this one is very important to both during the period of internal, that's a prenatal before birth, and a postnatal after birth. So, if you are to have an intelligent child, what are you supposed to do? I understand it's a dream we all have to be with bright, intelligent children, and how I wish to be with such a child, because you enjoy even when it comes to paying school fees. Why? Because the child will be always performing well and be promising at the end of the day. You don't feel any pinch or pain once you are giving out that money. But friends who are watching me, please remember, all that is all under our control. It's us to determine this. It's us to make our children intelligent. What I remember is that all along, our government has been advertising on radios, televisions, encouraging us to avail our children with the nutritious foods, especially when it comes of foods they eat. We should endeavor to give them balanced diet, which all helps in brain development. We can talk of silverfish. This is what the government is telling us, because I understand that wherever you are, even if you are poor or rich, nobody can fail to avail his or her child with the silverfish. Now, back to the topic. With the brain development here we have talked of neurons. Neurons are kind of wires that need to be connected in whatever it was a circuit. We are told that after a period of 3 weeks, this is the time when the neurons start developing or being formed into our brains. That is when the baby is still in the uterus, and this baby at this time is not yet a baby, is a fetus. So what forms first is this head with the neurons. So the neurons start connecting and developing. So here what we need is feeding well, plus doing other things that shall be seeing that we are supposed to do as expecting mothers and even caregivers, plus even other stakeholders as far as younger children are concerned. So whoever is concerned, please, you are supposed to come in here and give a hand to ensure that we have a brighter generation or intelligent children. So now, during this period, we are told that the first 3 weeks, after the first 3 weeks is when we see the neurons developing and even connecting in the circuits. We are told that within 1 second, a million neurons can be formed and even start connecting during that period. Just within a second, 1 million neurons are formed. Then we are told that after a period of up to 8 years, here we're told that by the time the child is almost mature, like 8 years, that is adulthood, we are told that this child has developed around 100 billion neurons. Now, it's upon us, caregivers, mothers, to endeavor and help these children during prenatal and postnatal. So these are so important in terms of connection. And failure for the neurons to connect, this one is going to cause problems. In fact, this one, once they fail to connect, we are told that they are eliminated. And this one is termed as pruning of the neurons. They prune some neurons are to give room for expansion of other neurons that are matured and have connected into the circuits. So we should endeavor to see that children are fairly well once you're still in the uterus, they are still in the fetus, make sure that you avoid stressing moments and other bad things, good feeling as a mother, expectant mother. All of these are going to help in the formation of the neurons. But remember, once these neurons are pruned or are done away with, because of A and B, for example, it can be because of falling sick, it can be because of being stressed up, it can be because of getting infections. All of these can affect, and eventually these neurons are going to be affected. And for that matter, we shall have what we refer to as stunted growth in the neurons. And once stunted growth affects the neurons, they will fail to connect. And if they do so, this is where we shall find some children when they are weak upstairs, that is intellectual-wise, they become weak in class and performing well. So it's upon us to help in the formation of the neurons if you are to have a bright child or a brighter child. So, as mothers, fathers, caregivers, and even other stakeholders, please let us join a hand and see that at least these people are expectant mothers are helped, and even children are helped, to ensure that at least we have a right full connection of the neurons. And this one is going to give us what referred to as brighter students, as we all wish in our lives. Then, there are so many factors we are supposed to consider if you are to have brighter children. But what's very important now is to see how neurons can be helped and be formed. Remember, we say that these neurons have to connect in the circuits. Now, these neurons, we are told that some of the neurons that connect first, these are neurons which are concerned with hearing, neurons who are concerned with vision, those are concerned with the vision, hearing, communication, language. All of those are connected first, that then others don't connect. It's a very reason as to why we see that at times some children are short-tempered, are so emotional, and once they are so emotional in a negative way, it should mean that some of the neurons which are supposed to act upon that were not connected at that time, or they failed to connect, or at times they had what we call stunted growth, and eventually a child will be disturbed with such problems. So that matter, as I conclude, I beg that let us know that with this what we call neurons, and these neurons are helpful in once they connect well in determining the intelligence of the child. In our next lesson, we shall have a look at some of the child determinants. What is supposed to do as an unexpected mother before the prenatal, during the prenatal stage, and even during the postnatal stage. Remember, during the prenatal stage is about the expecting mother. Then in postnatal stage, we shall be looking at what you are supposed to do to your child, because that's the period after birth. So with that, I very much thank you for watching our lesson and learning, hoping that you have not remained the same. Much has been attained in our lesson. Please do not forget to subscribe. Teacher Mohammed. Thank you so much.